Good day, everyone. I am Rina M. Payaran, and together with my group mates, we are going to discuss about art and its basic component. But first, allow me to introduce my group mates. They are Abiaro, Beldirol, Mansamay, Bularon, Durias, and Nakila. And now, let's find out the definition of art.
What is art? Art is a diverse range of and products of human activities involving creative imaginations to express technical proficiency, beauty, emotional power, or conceptual ideas. In their most general form, these activities include production works of art, the criticism of art, the study of the history of art, and the aesthetic dissemination of art. It is a good activity wherein you can express what you feel and what message you want to convey to the people viewing the art. There are some people who cannot express their emotions freely, so they are doing art to convey their emotions. Artists create art that conveys to us how they think and feel about things. Artists use different lines, shape, and colors to express their feelings.
Art is also called visual art, a visual object or experience consciously created to an expression of skill or imagination. The term art encompasses diverse media such as painting, sculpture, printmaking, drawing, decorative arts, photography, and installation. So, in simple terms, art is an experience or visual object purposely made by skillful or imaginative expression of an artist, and are created to be beautiful or to express important ideas or feelings.
Art is a way of expression, joy, a way of people understand things which can't be done verbally. In fact, we can say that everything that is beautiful is art. Art provides mankind with a diverse range of necessities and comforts. The seemingly indefinable nature of art, there have always existed certain formal guidelines for its aesthetic judgment and analysis. Formalism is a concept in art theory in which an artwork's artistic value is determined solely by its form or how it is being made. Formalism evaluates works on a purely visual level, considering medium and compositional elements as opposed to any reference to realism, context, and content.
There are two components of art. These are subject and content.
In arts, the term subject refers to the main idea that is represented in the artwork. Subject is the essence of the piece. It also the visual focus or the image that may be exalted from the examining the artwork. Subject is focusing the what of the artwork. It also the what is the main characters of the artwork or what is the focus of the artist of the artwork. Example, the famous masterpiece of Leonardo da Vinci, the painting of Mona Lisa. Mona Lisa there is known as the subject of the artwork.
In art, the definition of the subject is referring to the main character, object, or anything else that is presented as the main focus in the work of art. The subject can appear in the center of the piece or in any other part of it, but it is the most recognizable thing in the entire work of art, regardless of its size. This center of attention will be recognized whether it is a commonly known thing or because it can be seen in context alongside the rest of the work of art. For example, in a photograph of a dog running on the beach, the dog would be the subject because it is the most recognizable component in the picture. In conclusion, the subject is the most recognizable part of the work of art. How to know what are the subject of art? To determine subject matter in a particular piece of art, ask yourself. First question: What is actually depicted in this artwork? That is the subject of art. Second, what is the artist trying to express to the world? Third, what is his or her message? And last, how are they conveying that message? There are two kinds of arts as the subject. First is representational or objective art. It depicts objects that are commonly recognized by most people. It attempts to copy what is real or portray the subject as it is. It uses form and are concerned with what is to be depicted. Second is non-representational and non-objective art. It is made without any reference or recognizable objects. It is abstract. It does not represent real objects. It uses content and is concerned with how the artwork is depicted. Sources of subject of art. First is nature, most common inspiration and subject. Example of these are animals, people, activities, and landscape. Second is history, historical people, events, and periods. Third is Greek and Roman mythology. Myths are definite parts of inheritance. Fourth is religion, anything that represents spiritual beliefs and doctrines. Last is sacred Oriental text, sacred text of Hinduism, Buddhism, Taoism, Confucianism, Zoroastrianism, Jainism, and Islam.
Still life, a collection of inanimated objects arranged together in a specific way. Throughout history, still life work has been one of the most popular types of art, while they are arranged in many ways. Still life composition is the building block for drawing, painting, and photography. Landscape, natural scenery such as mountains, cliffs, rivers, and valleys. A landscape can take many forms, including a drawing, a painting, a sculpture, or an etching. Nature, a focused view or interpretation of a specific natural element. Portraiture, an image of a particular person or animal or group thereof. Abstract, a non-representational work of art that can be seen to represent the spiritual. Day of Dead, a Mexican holiday with a vibrant artistic tradition.
Content. Content in a work of art refers to what is being depicted and might be useful in deriving a basic meaning. It appears in the visual arts in several forms, all of which may be figurative, realistic, or abstract, distorted. The meaning that is communicated by the artist or that artwork, the why.
In understanding the content of art, it is important to note that there are various levels of meaning. The first one is the factual meaning. It is the most rudimentary level of meaning, for it may be extracted from the identifiable and recognizable form in the artwork, and understanding how these elements relate to one another. So, based on what I previously read, its factual meaning is the most basic level of meaning, for it can be derived from the forms in the artwork that can be easily recognized, as well as an awareness of how these elements relate to one another. In the other, factual meaning of art, it is defined as a literal statement, or the narrative content in the work, which can be directly apprehended, because the objects are easy to identify and recognize. The meaning is also the same as the first one.
Conventional pertains to the acknowledged interpretation of the artwork using motifs, signs and symbols, and other ciphers as basis of its meaning. These conventions are established through time, strengthened by recurrent use and wide acceptance by its viewers or audience and scholars who studied them.
Subjective meaning. It is when the subjectivities are consulted. A variety of meanings may arise when a particular work of art is read. These meanings stem from the viewers or audience circumstances that come into play when engaging the art. It would be the what we learned, what we experience, what we know, what the values we stand for.
In the world of art, the definition of content is referred to as the general meaning or intention of the piece. It is the way to manifest the message that the artist wants to say with his work. Content is the message given by the piece of art. It involves the subject, the technique used to make the piece, the color used, and anything that was used by artists to make statement and to give message.
So, in the same example mentioned earlier, a photograph of a dog running on the beach, the content could be the dog's hair moving in the air, its tongue coming out, the white sand, and the warm light from the sun. It allows to give the message that the dog feels free and happy running outside. Content is the overall meaning or message of the work of art. And that's all for this video, and I hope that you learned something from us. Thank you!